let's just skip to the good stuff. This car has a 5-liter supercharged V8, 575 horsepower, 516 pound-feet of torque. It accelerates from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 3.5 seconds. It has a top speed of 300 kilometers an hour, and it has an exhaust note like it's shooting flames out of its quad tailpipes. Jaguar launched the F-Type in 2014 and gave it a significant facelift in 2021. The coupe and convertible are stunning cars. Jaguar wants their 2-door sports cars to be just that, real sports cars. So no more 4-cylinder or 6-cylinder engines, only V8s. The P450 has 444 horsepower and is available in either rear-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. And this P450 has 575 horsepower and all-wheel drive. Rear-wheel drive is not an option. Base price for the 2022 F-Type R575 is $121,400 in Canada and around $105,000 in the United States, which is the same price as the base Porsche 911. The P450 rear-wheel drive starts at around $90,000 in Canada and just over $70,000 in the United States. Options on this car include the Blind Spot Assist pack, which includes Blind Spot Assist and Rear Traffic Monitor for $600, Meridian Surround Sound System for $1,050, Gloss Black 20-inch rims for $550, Black Brake Calipers for $550, red calipers are standard. Fixed panoramic roof for $1,300, exterior design and black pack for $1,700, and Sorrento yellow ultra-metallic paint for $6,100. This color makes a statement, a very big statement. If you want to be seen, you are good to go. But there are lots of other colors to choose from, including the classic British Racing Green for $850. So with more than $13,000 in option, plus delivery, you're up to $136,000, add in fees and taxes, and you're parting with more than $155,000 when you drive this car off the showroom floor. You have to be a real F-Type fan to make that kind of financial commitment to put this car in your driveway. Road trips for two require very efficient packing and not a lot of antiquing along the way. 2+2 coupes have room behind the driver and passenger seats, but because this is a pure 2-seater, that's all you get. Whatever you can fit into that 14 cubic foot trunk is all you're going to take with you or pick up along the way. In sport and manual mode, gear shifts in this car are incredibly aggressive, just bang, 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 which is really fun, really energetic and enthusiastic. Add to it that amazing engine note and you get a really racy ride. What's interesting is that so many of the elements that make this driving experience so much fun would be completely undesirable to any dedicated EV driver. You could brag to them saying that the engine sounds epic and the pops and the bangs and the transmission slams through the gears, and the EV driver would look at you and say, "What's wrong with your car? You should get it fixed." Land Rover said that they will have an all-electric lineup by 2030. The battery-only I-Pace has been around since 2018. What happens to all of these petrol-slurping internal combustion engine vehicles in the decades to come is anyone's guess. We grew up on cars that sounded great, with engines that made lots of noise. We will have to explain to future generations that cars weren't always silent. But for now, if you want a fire-breathing 575 horsepower sports car, you know where to look. And we love the hood on this car, or bonnet as they say across the pond. It takes you back to that classic E-Type Jag from the 60s and 70s. I'm sure it's not the most practical way to access the engine bay, but it looks great when you open it up. One of the drawbacks of these two-door coupes can be a sense of claustrophobia. Windows are typically quite small, and most don't have sunroofs because there's nowhere to put the roof once it rolls back because of the sloping roof lines. But in this car, voila! Just like that, you open this up and this big, beautiful view of the sky. And with some sunroofs, they are behind your sight lines, so you can't really see out of them. This one is so far forward that it really does a great job of opening up this cabin. It would have been nice if you could have manually removed this panel and get that open air feeling, but that is what the convertible is for. This fixed panoramic roof option is definitely worth $1,300. When you start this car, you see something slowly rising up out of the dash. And you think to yourself, is it a futuristic navigation or communication system magically appearing before you? No, that's not it. It's air vents. It looks great when they are down, but how often do you drive with the ventilation turned off? In my case, that's never. So when you are away from the car, it looks great, but when you are driving it, you see this. So I understand the desire to make it look streamlined, but raising and lowering this every single time you start and stop the car seems like a lot of effort. You know, the interesting thing about this car is it doesn't look dirty when it's dirty, and it doesn't look clean when it's clean. It's kind of weird. And just a friendly suggestion. When you lock this car, do it by either touching the handle on the door or press this once. Don't press it twice. That is not the sound of a $155,000 car. Thankfully, when you do open this up and go inside and hit this horn, it sounds like a real horn. Are we gonna miss seeing this car in our driveway? Absolutely. It is so beautiful, especially in this color, which isn't just yellow. It's a really rich, premium, yellowy orange that looks quite different in different light settings. Thanks for tuning in. Please hit those like and subscribe buttons and drive safely. Fire it up, wait for the vent, and here comes that air vent, and sport, and let's go.